Hello everyone, welcome to the BISP Solutions. My name is Anjali and in this video we are going to explain you how we can implement the Tata Motors case study in the planning application. So the agenda will be like this. First, we'll understand everything there in the Excel sheet, like the whole requirement document we have, and after that we'll understand how we can implement the same in the planning application. So this is the requirement document where I am having the financial statements like profit and loss, balance sheet, as well as the cash flow statement. Now, based on these figures, I am going to calculate the ratio analysis. Like basically, we will be doing ratio analysis for the sales growth, cost of goods sold, percentage over sales, gross margins, selling and distribution expenses, percentage over sales, EBITDA margins, interest percentage over sales, depreciation, and so on. So let's start. Okay, so I'm going to start like this. First, I'm explaining everything there in the Excel sheet, and after that, we'll create some members in the application. We'll create some drivers as well, and then I'm going to create some member formulas in the planning application. So, based on that, we'll see the calculations. And for the sake of data validation, I'll be using the Smart View as well as data form. Okay, so let's go. So, this is the requirement document. Here, um, let's consider these 5-year sales. So this sales has been taken from this data sheet. I mean, it is referenced from here. Okay. Now, based on this, if I need to calculate the sales growth for the for the year of March 14. So it will be calculating like this: current year sales divided by previous year sales minus 1. Or there is one more option. You can write the formula like this. So this is the current year sales minus previous year sales, parenthesis close, and divided by previous year sales. So in this way, we can achieve the sales growth percent and we can drag this formula throughout the years. So we can get this particular sales growth figure for rest of the years as well. Similarly, if I need to calculate the gross margin. So see, okay, before calculating gross margin, we need to understand how the COGS has been calculated. So basically, cost of goods sold has been calculated from the data sheet. They have considered the raw material cost like this: raw material cost minus change in inventory plus power and fuel plus other manufacturing expenses as well as employee cost. So 142,238.74 is the figure. Let's match it. It is absolutely correct. So yes, this is the way. Now if I need to calculate the cost of goods sold percentage over the sales, so I'll just divide this cost of goods sold with the sales. So in this way, I'll be getting COGS, percentage over sales. So this will be divided by sales. And if I make it in a percentage format, so it will be 75.34. And if I drag it, I can get the 5 years cost of goods sold percentage over sales. So this will be the criteria. Now every calculation is automatically available here. So we will be doing the same thing in the planning one by one. So this is the application. Okay. First, I'm going to show you the sales growth percentage over here. So in the statistics, I have created few members in the miscellaneous drivers. Based on these members, we can get the member formula. So there is total revenue already available. Under that, one member I have taken, that is a base level member, so that I can input the data. 4140, that is the training revenue. Okay. Now one member I have separately created, that is prior training revenue. And what is the reason, like why I have created this? Because for the previous year sales, if I need to compare the current year sales with the previous year sales, so there must be one member. So I've used one function, that is at the rate prior 4140. Now what will be the figure available here will be automatically shifted to the next period so that we can compare the current with the prior period, current year sale with the prior year sale in this way. And then we can apply the member formula in the sales growth. So we'll be getting the sales growth percentage. Okay. Now let me just show you. When you write the formula, just validate it once and then click on save. And this is the sales growth percent. Here again, I have applied the formula. So whenever you apply the member formula, your data storage property should be dynamic calc, and your you can change the data type. If you want to see it in a percentage format, you can change it percent. Otherwise, you can make it same as it is, like currency or non-currency. So this is the formula. This current year sale minus previous year sale divided by prior year sale. So in this way, we can achieve the growth. Okay. So like the same way we have applied the formula here in the Excel sheet, we can do the same thing in the planning application in an easy way. So let's practically check it. So my sheet is already connected with the smart view. So I have applied, uh, I have just direct input the sales data from here, and automatically, because we have applied the formula in the prior training revenue at the rate prior function. So this period, January period sale has been transferred to the February opening. I mean the February prior year sale, and this is the February current year sale. Based on this, I can just calculate the sales growth. How I can get this? Again, the same formula, current year by previous year minus 1, like this. Or if I need to see it again in a percentage format, so go to the home page. In this way, we can just change the percent. See, the percent is absolutely correct, and you can match it simultaneously. 23.33, 13.02, 3.76, minus 1.23, 8.10. So in this way, you can achieve the result. So we have tested it. So let me mark it with the green color for the sake of validation. So this is correctly calculated. Okay. Now we'll see the cost of goods sold. So again, the cost of goods sold, we have seen how they have calculated in the requirement sheet. So similarly, I have created few members in the application, and I have just applied the formula in the cost of goods sold. So yeah, you can see all the members like raw material cost, change in inventory, power and fuel, other manufacturing expenses, employee cost, everything is available. So when I click on the cost of goods sold, you can see this is a dynamic calc and the data type is non-currency. And when I click on the member formula in the plan 1, because plan 1 is my queue. So let me just show you the formula. Okay, it will take some time to open. Till then, I'll be showing you the formula here in my notes. Okay, now cost of goods sold again can be calculated by multiple ways. Either you can go with the opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock. But if you see in this requirement document, there is only directly they have calculated on the basis of raw material minus change in inventory plus power and fuel, other manufacturing expenses. That's why I have written the formula in that way. Okay, if it is not available, I can rewrite the formula. Let me just refresh the database once again so I can show you the formula. Okay, rather than member formula, you can also apply the business rules if you know what kind of functions you need to have in your formula, business rule. So definitely you can do that also. But today we are just only considering here the member formula. So again, click on the edit button, plan 1, See, this is the formula: raw material cost minus change in inventory plus power and fuel plus other manufacturing expenses plus employee cost. Because I just want to make sure that everything calculated there in the requirement sheet should be matched exactly with the planning application. That's why I've taken the same figures. Otherwise, multiple ways are there to calculate the cost of goods sold. Then after that, refresh the database once again. And then my database has already been refreshed. Now let me just connect it again with the smart view. So like we have tested this. Okay, I have created one data form as well. So we can check it there also. This is my ratios test data form. We can directly connect this form with the smart view. See, this is the cost of goods sold where I found the same values. Let's match it again. First is 142238. 142238. Second one is 180131.06. Third one is 202856. Then fourth one is 205509. Okay. So in this way we can use it. Okay, one more thing. If I need to input the data directly from Smart View in the sales, so how we can do that? Let's connect one sheet once again. I'll be just taking the same point of views: base data, plan scenario, working version, product I have selected here P100, that is product X, financial year. I'm going to start with the financial year 24 because I need to change some data there. P110 and account is 0140. Let's refresh it quickly. Okay, let's see. Till the December I need to check it. Okay, so for now I'm just removing it and replacing it with 0. And because I just need to have this figure only in 1 month at a time. So, okay. Now again, let's take here from 21. Yes, from 21 I need to check. 22, 23, 24, 25. 5 years data we're going to test. The rest we can remove. I'm just pasting one period for every year because we just need to test according to year-wise data. So only 1 month I'm considering here so that the data will automatically reach out to the parent level member. Okay. So just copy the data from here. This is the sales data. Paste it and submit it. Refresh. So now when I need to check things, I can directly test it from here also. Let's again open the data form. Okay, here you can clearly see the result. Okay, let's test it for till 24 only. So if I need to calculate the cost of goods sold percentage over sales, so the formula I have applied here, that is in the ratios, I have just applied the same. Profit performance ratios. Already there are available some ratios because this is the demo application, like the pre-built application we have. If we want to add something extra, we can definitely add it. So this is the cost of goods sold percentage over sales. So I can reapply the formula, but already there is one formula. I just want to show you directly. Plan 1. Okay, if it is not available, I can rewrite it. It will be written in this way: COGS divided by 4001 or 4140 semicolon. Then validate the formula once and then click on save. When you refresh the database, you will find that we'll be getting these figures. Okay, I'll be showing this once again. Then now if I need to calculate gross profit, so gross profit have been calculated like the total revenue minus the total revenue minus cost of goods sold. So you'll be getting the gross profit. Okay, so let me show you that again. This is the gross profit. Dynamic calc is the data storage property, and from here I can just select the cube on which I want to see the formula. See, this is the total revenue minus cost of goods sold. First validate it and then click on save. See, the member formula is valid, then save. So every formula I have just applied in the same way. Now I'm just going to test everything directly in the data form. And one more thing, if I need to calculate the EBT, so EBT is again there in the sheet. EBT means earnings before tax. So this will be calculated on the basis of EBITDA minus interest and depreciation. So let's try to apply the formula once again. Member formula, plan 1. Right now there is no formula. Now I'm just writing the formula EBITDA. Let me check the spelling once again. Yes. Okay, I can copy directly from here also. So this is depreciation and interest. We need to just take it under the parenthesis. Okay, I think there is again the application gets removed, so we need to check it in the different instance. Let's discuss this in any different application now. So I'm just going to use my backup here. Every time you create something new in the application, just make sure that you have taken the snapshot so that you can use the same backup once again. Click on application, then overview, then remove the application once so that we can incorporate our own backup. So at least we have understand how these things have been calculated, like the sales growth, cost of goods sold percentage over sales. Just you need to create some members there in the application, create some drivers as well, because based on those drivers we can create the member formula for the sake of getting calculation. And after that we can just match it I mean that we can do the data validation with the requirement sheet. So this is the whole process. So we need to just wait for a few seconds so that I can reincorporate the backup. An error occurred deleting planning application. Okay, because I'm having everything uh, readily available, like my whole data form I have pre-connected with the smart view. So I'm just going to validate some data manually so that you can understand that are we getting the correct result or not. So let's match it. Cost of goods sold percentage over sales. It should be 75.34. Yes, it is correct. 77.36. It is also correct. 77.09 and then 75.27. Then after that, uh, gross profit will be calculated on the basis of sales minus cost of goods sold. So it should be 46553.95. See, it is again the same figure 46553.95, then 52702, 602.10, and then 67561.33. Then if I need to calculate the gross margins, so it will be calculated like this: gross profit divided by total sales. So it should be 24.66. So again, I have created some members in the application, some drivers, and then just applied the member formula. And I'm getting these figures 24.66, 22.64, 22.91, and 24.73. Similarly, selling and distribution expenses, I have just taken the direct figure from here and then applied the formula for selling and general expenses percentage over sales. So this will be divided by sales. Let's make it in a percentage. So it's 11.63. Match it. Absolutely correct. Then 7.67, 8, and then 10.67. Then EBITDA. Now EBITDA has been calculated on the basis of C12, that means the gross profit minus selling and general expenses. So we'll be getting 24,595.98. Similar formula I have applied there in the application. So I'm getting these figures 24,595.98, 34,853.36, 39,238, and then 38,420. Okay, this is in rounding of 38,395.25 has been taken here, 38,420. Okay. Then after that, EBITDA margin. So EBITDA margin will be calculated like this: EBITDA EBITDA by sales. So 13.03 is the first, second is 14.97, third one is 14.91, and fourth one is 14.07. Okay, now interest they have calculated, I mean they have just taken the figures for interest and depreciation from here directly. And if they need to calculate the interest percentage over sales, so again interest will be divided by sales. So the figure should be 1.89. So it is again correct. 2.04, 1.85, and 1.79. Similarly, depreciation 4.03. See, everything is correctly calculated. 4.76. Now formula I have applied this for the sake of getting interest percentage over sales, interest by sales, and depreciation. This depreciation figure I just divided by the total sales and make it in a percentage data. data type, so it should be 4.03. See, it is absolutely correct. So in this way, we can use a planning application for getting the income statement result. So in today's session, we have just covered the income statement ratio analysis. Now in the next videos, I'm going to show you how you can use the balance sheet and how you can prepare the cash flow statement and the balance sheet in the planning application by using the member formula. So I hope whatever we have been discussed in today's session, it is absolutely clear. But if you still have some doubts, then you can definitely write us over the www.bispsolutions.com. Thank you so much. Bye bye.